Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Wayback Sports Cards. Today, we've got 1988 Topps Baseball in my hand. I've got 36 packs. We're going to go through here. No inserts in here. A couple of key rookies in the set. Tom Glavine, probably the most notable of them. Lots of Hall of Famers, lots of MVPs, All-Stars. So, you see the back of the first card there, the orange stock on the back. Scott Geraltz leads us off. We've got a Astros leaders card. Don Robinson, I believe, was a Cy Young Award winner there. Lance McCullers, father of Lance McCullers Jr. And there's the collector's edition card that comes in every pack. You'll see this over and over again as we go through all these. Bob McClure, Len Matuzik. B.J. Surhoff may actually be rookie card of B.J. Surhoff. Had a long career in the majors. Steve Buechele, and there's Steve Lyons, broadcaster with Fox over the last 20 years. Nicknamed Psycho there, and you'll see throughout the presentation here. I've tried to put in a couple of little fun facts there. Steve Lyons was traded for Tom Seaver in '86. Here's Mike Schmidt, Hall of Famer, retired in '89, 548 home runs under his belt in his career. Each team's got its own color border, same name at the top, although as we go through, there are a number of errors and variations in the 1988 Topps set, and if you search online for 1988 Topps errors, variations, there are quite a few articles that will describe some cards within the set that have variations. The contest card has variation. Some of the player cards have different colors on the borders, different variations there, different errors. So pretty cool if you're into being a completist and actually having all the variations. Look those up online. Oh, there's a Frank Tanana who had a incredibly long career and finds his name on quite a few of the all-time lists. And Bobby Thigpen, a couple of years before his 50 save season, is Hall of Famer George Brett. It's a pretty good pack there. So, it's going to take quite a while to get through these cards. Like I said, no inserts in any of these sets. The gum on each pack, as you see, I'm fighting to get each piece of gum off. But it's a fun set. Inexpensive. I got this box for $20 at a local card store. There's not, like I said, not a lot of not too many key rookies here. Tom Glavine being the key here, and even then, a Jim Min 10 Glavine doesn't sell for too much money just because these cards are so overproduced. So it's a fun card set to have, fairly inexpensive. You will not complete a full set of Topps 88 with one box. You'll need at least two to do that. You saw Bob Boone there, last card there. So you're going to see a lot of former managers, a lot of fathers of current Major League ball players. Bob Boone kind of fits the bill of both cases there, former manager and father to Aaron and Brett Boone, both all-stars in the majors, and Aaron Boone, currently the manager of the Yankees. Here's the Reds leaders, Ken Griffey Sr. Next year you would find him on the Mariners with his son, Ken Griffey Jr., their contest card again. Tom Henke, longtime closer with the Blue Jays. Don Mattingly, all-star. Ray Knight, following up his stint with the Mets, is Julio Franco, who had a long career, played well into his 40s. So that's a young Julio Franco there. So lots of fun players and cards to find in this set. You have the All-Star kind of subset in here. You have the team leader subset in there, but they're not necessarily inserts. They are part of the base series. So there's a Billy Bean, which looks like it's spelled incorrectly. Billy Bean, I believe they're referring to the Oakland A's GM Billy Bean. So that is maybe not a valuable card, but a fun card of one day would go on to become quite a famous general manager. Obviously, Moneyball being made based on him. So interesting cards here in the set. There's Dave Stewart with the A's. Fun card there in his warm-up. There's Jesse Orosco, the all-time MLB pitching appearances leader. I think over 1,250 appearances, if memory serves. So lots of fun players, cards in here. It looks like we're probably no more than a third of our way through our box here. And as we move along, and gotta flip them around. Charlie Huff, longtime pitcher, knuckleballer. Tom Bolton, Johnny Moore. A lot of guys in jumpsuits in the warm-up jackets here. Mike Jackson, Bob Welch, who would later go on with the A's and become a Cy Young winner, I believe, with the A's. Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer, right in there. Paul Kilgus, Tom Browning, probably most famous for his perfect game that he pitched with the Reds. There's Ray Knight again. So you're seeing already, we're starting to pick up some duplicates here, cards we've seen already. That'll increase as we move along. And as I fight to get the stick of gum off, luckily it looks like the gum stain damage is minimal. But there's the Dodgers leaders. Willie Hernandez, Cy Young Award winner. And Tony Phillips, longtime outfielder in the major. Mike Maddox, brother of Greg Maddox and pitching coach. Ron Guidry, Gator. Eric Plunk, Andres Galarraga, early career card there. Not quite a rookie card. I believe his rookies appear in '86. Andy Hawkins pitched the perfect game with the Yankees and lost 4-0. So Andy Hawkins. Got that piece of gum there once again. And you can see just a little bit of gum damage on there, but luckily these cards seem to have been stored pretty well. Gary Matthews, Dan Petrie, Kevin Mitchell, the '89 MVP. There's the '87 record breakers of the Yankees, and of course Don Mattingly, part of 2 records in '87, the 8 homers in consecutive games, and also the 6 Grand Slams in a season. There's Greg Nettles. I believe that's his last, '88's his last season in Major League Baseball. So Dale Murphy, arguably the best player of the '80s, and there's Don Mattingly, base card there. So pretty good pack, and Kirk Gibson to round out that pack. It's a solid pack. Can't do much better than that unless you have a Glavine in there, but that's a solid pack of all-stars, Hall of Famers, and arguably borderline Hall of Famers right there. Got that fun checklist to lead us off. Tim Leary, Dwight Gooden, Cy Young Award winner. Doyle Alexander, contest card. Kevin McReynolds, Mike Keith, Pat Sheridan, Steve Bedrosian, Lee Lacy, and Bob Sebra. So after that big pack last time, we kind of took a step back with that one. Not too many notable players in that pack. As I struggle once again, there'll be a recurring theme of me trying to peel the gum off of these cards. John Candelaria. Yeah, Greg Maddox, Hall of Famer. Greg Maddox. Gonna put that off to the side. Yeah, there's a Cecil Fielder with the Blue Jays. Cecil Fielder with the Blue Jays. Went to Japan, and then 1990 joined the Tigers and hit 51 home runs. So early career Cecil Fielder. I don't believe that's his rookie card. I believe you have to go back a year earlier to find that one. Alright, and we're moving on to the next pack. Looks like we're about halfway through our box here of 88 tops. And as always, the gum sticking there. We got quite a stockpile going on there. As I get these set up, Dan Gladden, Mike Scott, Astros, early Ruben Sierra card there, and also a Joe Carter, famous for that 1993 home run in the World Series, Game 6 against the Phillies. Dwight Evans, nice long career with the Red Sox there. Ray Quinones, Steve Keeper, Paul Molitor, another Hall of Famer, 3,000 hit club. Put that off to the side. And Pat Keaty. So a couple of hits there in that pack. I mean, the great thing about these cards is that, you know, you're not looking for any inserts. It's, you know, it's rookie cards, it's star players, it's Hall of Famers. So these are always kind of a fun open. You know, we're not looking for any jersey cards or autographs or anything like that. So, and it takes you back to an earlier time there. There's Bob Boone again. Another Hall of Famer, Dennis Eckersley. And Terry Francona, who obviously probably more famous for his time managing and breaking the curse, so to speak, for the Red Sox in '04. Terry Francona had a 10-year career there in the majors, bounced around a little bit, obviously more famous for his managerial career. As we move along here. I get all these kind of shuffled into place. Gotta turn back the clock of Bob Gibson to lead us off there. Robbie Thompson, Rick Rhoden. Junior Noboa. There's the contest card. Andy Allenson. Willie McGee, batting champion there. Former batting champion Willie McGee. Davey Johnson, Mets manager of the '86 Mets. Phil Bradley. And Kent Tekulve, who I think also appears on the box bottom that we'll get to at the end of this. Each of the Topps 88 boxes, there's 4 different variations of the box. And on the bottom of the box are 4 different cards that you could cut out with a razor. And I'll show you those at the end. But I believe the version we got has Kent Tekulve on the bottom there, and I'm probably saying that entirely wrong. Tom Lasorda there. Dave Parker, nice long major league career, former MVP. Scott Sanderson, who I remember probably a little bit more for his brief time with the Yankees in the early '90s, having grown up a Yankee fan myself. There's Claudell Washington. Another Yankee behind that, Wayne Tollison. Another Yankee there, Willie Randolph. There's a notable Yankee. Butch Weiniger also was a Yankee, I think a few years earlier. Jesse Barfield with the Blue Jays there, became a Yankee in the early '90s. A lot of Yankee connections there in that particular pack. We got the gum there. Gonna have a nice 36 sticks of gum at our disposal at the end of this box. That will probably end up in the trash. I do not recommend eating the gum there. And Bobby Ojeda with the Mets. Devon White. Looks like a Topps rookie all-star there. And probably more well-known for his time with the champion Blue Jays in the early '90s. Wade Boggs, 3,000 hit club. Hall of Famer. Wade Boggs, cool card there. Shane Rawley all-star. Eric Bell. Glenn Braggs. Kent Okerfeld. Jeff Parrott. And Bruce Benedict. So after that Boggs, we kind of struck out on the rest of those cards there. So a box of Topps, 88 Topps, you're not going to complete the entire set with one box. You probably need 2, and I would guess as many as 3 in order to complete the 88 Topps set. It's a 792 card set. So you know, there's Paul O'Neill, Danny Tartabull, a couple of Yankees in the mid-'90s that are with their previous team there. But getting back to what I was saying there, it's you're probably going to have to buy several boxes of this in order to complete the 88 Topps set. So don't be discouraged if you buy one of these and you don't come anywhere near completing your set. It is a large set to complete, and you know, if you're buying a single box, it really should be about trying to find the top rookie cards and having some fun with the Hall of Famers and with some of the pictures of the players of the day. And there's a Mark McGwire. There's a nice second year. Well, his rookie card's in '85, but second year in the majors. That coming off of his '87 rookie season with 49 home runs there. So that '88 McGuire is kind of a big deal. You see Greenwell and Valenzuela, a couple of decent name players there for the day. So this is a pretty solid pack here. And the Cardinals were rounding out with Kurt Ford there, a little off center there in that one. So I am noticing that too in this box, that quality control not the best. You're finding some cards that are a little off center. You know, so in terms of, you know, hopefully when we find a big name player, we find it centered. Most of these are you know, there was a LaRussa that I put off to the side there. Looked a little off center. Most of these are good, but you know, we're finding a few here and there that have the centering issues. Tom Bernansky. Jamie Moyer, second-year Jamie Moyer card. Actually, on the Instagram feed, I did feature the '87 Jamie Moyer on the Instagram feed, which is his rookie card. And there's the Hawk, Andre Dawson. And back-to-back with Eddie Murray. And the Jamie Moyer and the Steve Bedrosian All-Star card there. And Terry Pendleton, which also looks a little off-center, but a few years before his 1991 MVP season with the Braves. So, pretty good pack there. Finding some interesting players along the way. And we start off with an Angels Leaders card, which I'll put off to the side. Jay Baller. And I pause on this one because I am completely enamored with the photo there, the chest hair and the jewelry there. Jay Baller, I did have to look him up a little bit. There's the Hall of Famer Jack Morris, Danny Darwin, but Jay Baller I did have to look up because that picture is incredible, and I'm gonna have to bring him back here in a minute here because that is probably one of the more interesting cards in the set. There he is again. Look at that chest hair and the chain. I'm just gonna set him here as we open our next pack there. Jay Baller, long time in the minors, didn't pitch too long in the majors, but I think had over 140 saves there in the minors. So Jay Baller, long-time minor leaguer, brief stint in the majors. Orioles, you got Cal Ripken and Eddie Murray, same card. That is an awesome picture right there. Mike Witt, famous for his perfect game in the early 80s. Stan the Man. Turn back the clock. Deion James. Another Paul Molitor. Can never have too many Paul Molitor cards. I'll take Paul Molitor every single pack if I can get it. Luis Quinones, John Cerruti, and another Shane Raleigh All-Star. So I'm going to take that Jay Baller and put that off to the side now. But I had to give that card a little bit of airtime on this one because that one, some of these pictures just are like time capsules. So that one got me. So it's a good one there. Another chain in a picture. This is Ruben Sierra, another Joe Carter. And I think last time the Sierra and Carter followed each other. So I think there's Charlie Huff. But I think the collation is you're finding similar cards bunched together there. Mike Felder, Shane Raleigh. There's the Shane Raleigh base card. We've seen the All-Star one a couple times. Mark Grant and Ozzie Guillen there, manager, famous for his time with the 2005 White Sox, leading them to the World Series as their manager. And I believe these days you could find him on Fox or one of those channels as a broadcaster in the studio, an analyst there. So there's a Jose Uribe to start us off there. And there's another Mark McGwire, record breakers, the 49 home runs in '87, which was a rookie record until Aaron Judge came along, and then I believe it was just broken last year by Pete Alonso. So the rookie home run record there was Mark McGwire's for quite a while. There's Brett Saberhagen, who Cy Young Award winner, I believe in '89. So some decent cards here. And we're kind of getting down to the bottom third here of our of our box. Still haven't seen the Glavine yet. Hopefully we'll get at least one in this box. The gum there, as always. Prominent part of each pack. Bobby Thigpen, we've seen already. Another George Brett. Can never get too many George Bretts. Chuck Finley there, sporting the stash. Early career Chuck Finley card. Contest card. Andy Gaffigan there. Look at that. A mug on that one. Put that one off to the side. Danny Darwin. Matt Williams. Early career Matt Williams. And then Roger Clemens. 7-time Cy Young Award winner. MVP Roger Clemens. Over 350 wins. Roger Clemens. Obviously not a Hall of Famer. Although statistically probably belongs. But the steroid issue being a completely different story there. Brad Arnsberg with the Yankees. Don Ace with a cheesy grin there. Put that off to the side. Bob Melvin, another manager. Went on to be a manager. Jimmy Key, All-Star. Looks like Jim Carrey there. Got a Mitch Williams in there, the Wild Thing. Ken Caminiti, future MVP there in the 90s. Ernie Witt. And that's that pack there. As you can see, 2 packs left here in the box. Can't see the bottom of the box just yet, so still moving along here. And Bob Ojeda, which we've seen already. Devon White, we've seen already. So now we're really, what we're finding, Dan Gladden, we've already seen him. Mike Scott, same there. So Larry Boa, early managerial career. Yeah, this looks like a pack of mostly duplicates at this point. Not much here in terms of star power either. Nope. And Cecilia Guante ending up that pack there. So not much in the way of star power either, and a lot of duplicates. So not exactly the best pack for us, but we've still got a few more left and see if we can hit on something big along the way. And as I say that, there's a checklist. Another Frank Tanana. Dwight Gooden All-Star. Put that off to the side. Jay Howell, Dennis Powell, Stan Clark, Sean Hilligas with the pose of the release. Very cheesy photo. Jim Gantner, Spike Owen, and Braves leaders there. That Sean Hilligas, fantastic stuff. I mean, some of these poses they have these guys do at spring training are just hilarious. So that's definitely one worth holding on to just for the cheesy 80s appearance. Phil Garner, Guy Hoffman, and there's the Jose Canseco. Went on to become the 88 AL MVP, the Brewers leaders card. Kevin Elster, future stars, didn't quite pan out to be the star, but did stick around for quite a few years there in the majors. Jeff Parrott, Bruce Benedict, and another Jamie Moyer. So yeah, we're starting to Tom Pagnozzi way off centered there. So we're really starting to run to duplicates here a lot. And as you can see, some of these cards I'm managing to pry the gum off without much of a gum stain, and a few others, one or two packs ago, I noticed I wasn't able to get the gum stain off completely. So for the most part, though, these cards are in good shape. Indians leaders. Andre Dawson All-Star, not bad. Put that off to the side as well. Fred Tolliver. Alfredo Griffin, Doug Drabeck, off-centered card, but future Cy Young Award winner in 1990. Manny Lee, Jack Clark, who in '88 joined the Yankees and only played for one season with them. There's Ricky Henderson, a Hall of Famer. Still going here. Still going strong with this box. I mean, you know, 36 packs. It's going to take you at least a half hour to really go through these and take a look at all these. So it's a long video, but that's what it's going to take to get through all these packs. Tigers leaders, an 87 record breakers of Benito Santiago. He had the longest hitting streak ever for a catcher there in 87. I think it was 34 games if memory serves on that one. There's a Mark Langston. I for a second thought that was a rookie card, but he's already pitched in the majors for a few years. Expos leaders. Scott McGregor, Jose Lind. And there's a Will the Thrill Clark there. Early career Will the Thrill Clark. A little off-centered, though. Chris Bosio went on to become a pitching coach. I think he still is in the majors. Tony Gwynn. Walt Terrell. And Bud Black. So, I mean, in this box of 36 packs, we are finding quite a few all-stars and cards worth holding on to here. I'm not one of those completists, so I generally just hold on to the stars, the rookies, and then the rest I kind of hold on to for a little while, and then I'll probably end up pitching most of these. There's a Nolan Ryan turn back the clock. Haven't seen a Nolan Ryan base card, but it's the closest we've got today to a Nolan Ryan. Mariners leaders, let's see Harold Reynolds there. Another Benito Santiago all-star. Cal Ripken Sr., the manager there of the Orioles. Eddie Murray, another Eddie Murray. Steve Bedrosian, Terry Pendleton, another Terry Pendleton. And another Andy McGaffigan with that smirk that we so prominently featured earlier a few packs back. So another gum peel, and you can see a little bit of a gum stain left behind on that one. Luckily, it doesn't look like it's one of the key cards in the set. And it's another Cecil Fielder, and I believe I had mentioned it earlier. He played in Japan in '89, and the following year signed by the Tigers, and of course in '90 hit 51 home runs. As I say that, I'm another Don Mattingly, which is my guy right there. David Cone with the Mets, a Matt Noakes All-Star. A Barry Larkin, off-centered Barry Larkin, but nice Barry Larkin nonetheless. As I pry the gum loose on yet another pack. Get us going here. Rick Manning. Tim Ludner. Tom Donansky, Gerald Perry, John Davis, so not much of a pack here so far. Gary Gaetti, all-star. Probably the most prominent name thus far here. Dale Sveum, Ted Simmons, and Cal Daniels. So yeah, the Gary Gaetti card being the most prominent one in that pack. Our stockpile of gum grows into our next pack. A manager card there, another Chuck Finley. Dave Engel, another Tony La Russa. Brad Havens, Gary Pettis, Jamie Quirk, Terry Poole, Ellis Burks. The Greg Matthews card there, Willie Upshaw. Fred Lynn, late career Fred Lynn, maybe his final year. Bruce Bochy, player at the time. Obviously, he's won multiple World Series as manager of the Giants. It's a fun card there. And as I see the bottom of the box here, so we're getting down to our final packs. Let's see what we can pull here. Oh, I kind of spoiled it there. I spied a Tom Glavine there. Scott Sanderson, Mookie Wilson. But I spy. I didn't do a good job of Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine in the same pack. O.D.B. McDowell. And there he is. There is the Tom Glavine rookie card. Debuted in '87. Led the league in losses in '88, actually. Went 7-17. And you can see the card, it is off center, unfortunately. It looks like maybe a 60-40 off center there, but worth holding on to for sure. I don't know if it's a candidate for grading, but definitely one that we will keep off to the side and make sure it finds its way into our collection long term here. So as I pull what appears to be the last pack out of the box here. So we hit the Glavine. Maybe we didn't get the best condition Glavine, but we did hit on the big ticket here in the box. Albert Hall, Jay Aldrich, another Eck, Dodgers leaders card, George Kendrick, Willie Hernandez, Mike Dunn, Rich Rodriguez, Scott Bradley, Mike Lacoste, John Morris, Vince Coleman, multiple time stolen base leader in the National League, Jay Howell, and Dennis Powell. So that's the last pack, but as I finish up here, I do want to show you guys the bottom of the box, and you can see Henderson, Schmidt, Ryan, and Kent Tukulve there. So there are the cards, and what I've seen on eBay is people have just kind of taken a razor and cut the cards out, and I've seen them sold individually. I've also seen them sold as a sheet, and there you see the 4 variations of the box. We got variation 4 there, so that's just something cool to show you there at the finish here. I plan on at least cutting the cards out, but that's going to do it for us here on Wayback Sports Cards for the 88 Tops. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more box breaks in the next few weeks. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Wayback Sports Cards, waybacksportscards@gmail.com. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.